why it's a bit hot, and Blaze's hair is kind of, ooh, okay. Blaze's hair is kind of like flying around the place, so you guys see that. So basically, we have just moved the camper. I'm gonna show you guys the state of the place because I have some time alone. If you guys don't know, we live in a camper, me and my boyfriend Caleb, and his dog, but it's kind of our dog now, which is Blaze. He is a husky, and he's just, I'll show you guys him later. He's kind of like chilling out. He's kind of having a little moment. And this happens every single time we have to move. He like doesn't feel well, he feels sick. It's like he's calling, he's like, no, 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 no. The attention can't be that we're moving. The attention has to be on me. Because I will tell you, every single time we've gone on a trip with this dog, he's gotten sick. We had to spend like $1,000 in the vet fees. It's just crazy. He gets sick so often in such an inconvenienced times that it's ridiculous. But besides that, he's still fine. We don't think he needs to go to the doctor. He just has like an upset tummy and it's going diarrhea, which is not nice. Anyways, he's doing fine though. We don't know what he ate, so we're hoping that it passes, but if it still continues tomorrow, we'll probably take him, but right now, he's okay. By the way, it's been a couple of days. He's perfectly fine. He was fine the day after. In fact, we actually found out that it was because he had an empty stomach and it was just causing him to be upset. So I made sure to feed him some extra food that night, and he was perfectly fine the next day. If you guys ever get worried about your dog like throwing up like yellow foam, make sure that you have fed them that day, and make sure that you we make sure we feed our dog, but we did not feed him a lot that morning just because we knew we were going on a drive. So we felt bad afterwards learning that his stomach was empty. So he's fine now. If you guys don't know that, it happens apparently. We've learned. And we are in the middle of moving, so I'm going to show you guys the state of what the camper looks like when we move the camper. This is maybe our first time moving it by ourselves, with our stuff in it. So yeah, I'll show you guys what's around me and why it looks like this, but we are also going to put everything back together. I'll show you guys that too if you guys want to watch it. But I'm gonna eat a snack also because I'm hungry and I need to get some hydration in me. Yeah, so we moved from Boone's Mill to Christiansburg, which is not that far. It's kind of like an hour away. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. As you can see, there's campers behind us. This one's much closer. There's also a camper on the other side. So we are definitely closer to campers. So that's going to be very interesting. So you guys are going to see that in the back of my videos for sure. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys this because this is going to be uploaded on Saturday, since I'm not going to do a sit-down video this week since I'm so busy. But you never know, I might actually film something since I have some free time on my hand, but I might not just because I'm just so busy right now. But yeah, let me show you guys. I'm like babbling right now. Okay, so I didn't fix the bed this morning. I didn't feel like it, but everything is kind of just all here. Nothing has really moved. Nothing has anything has happened. This is our rug that we put here, but we took off. I cleaned this all off. If you guys ever see my videos, this area is always jam-packed with stuff. These two totes, this tote is full, that tote is filled with bathroom stuff, just because we have a bathroom rack. And then this one is filled with all my glass, cups, just pots that are glass. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the glass pots that your grandma might have, I have one in there. Then over here, this is just miscellaneous stuff that stayed where it was. It didn't move. And then I'm gonna show you guys back here. So this is some more rugs that we have. There's our garbage. I just put garbage in that had nothing. So basically there's a lot of stuff back here, just that we were nervous about what's gonna fall, what's gonna like happen. So we put everything down because some of the stuff was up here. So we had to put that stuff down. If you guys are probably wondering about this contraption, I will explain it when it's back to its original state. But basically it's for my boyfriend's miners, and his miners create heat. So he has to put like a ventilator to get the heat out. We might even enjoy the heat because it's going to be cold soon, but in the summer it was not it. So yeah, this is his gaming chair right here, if you guys are wondering. That's a painting that he has on this wall right here. Yeah, so this is there goes the dryer underneath there, which is usually like up front here. And then this is the washer, as you guys can see. This is what's in the doorway, and that goes back there. This right here is also the dryer ventilator. Yeah. So that's the state of what it looks like right now. I'm gonna eat a snack. I washed my hands. Everything outside looks pretty good. I want to take a video of that soon, but not right now, just because it's a little awkward. But I'll take a video outside and show you guys. But for right now, I'm gonna eat my snack, and I will talk to you guys in a second for you and a few minutes for me, because I need to eat a snack and get started on putting things away. Ready, guys? So I'm gonna show you guys me getting ready, and yeah, we're gonna start out with this maybe, or this one. I don't know where I'm gonna start out, but let me call Caleb and see. Yeah, put you guys right here. I think it's the best spot you guys can be in. While I get started on this thing. How annoying. So, if you guys don't know, the past owner of this thing gave us quite a bit of like pots and pans, and I found this one in there, and obviously this is like a glass pot, and I love these. Ooh, I need to be careful. I really like this, and I'm really gonna use it. The holidays are coming, so this is gonna be pretty important, and I want to make sure that, you know, it's somewhere safe and it's not anywhere where it's gonna get hurt or anything. So I'm gonna put this one over here. It's gonna be nice and safe. But I also put all the other stuff that I put in this one. So I put obviously the coffee maker over here, and blender that we have. So that all goes in the back here that I put. So there goes that. Let me just put this one in front of this over here, because I don't know why. Kind of like that. So I have to make everything homey again. Okay, so as you can see, there's a little thing in here. This is where all my glass containers are. This kind of goes back up in here. It's not a bad angle. It's me hiding the TV, but it's not a bad angle. So most of this stuff goes up in here anyways. If you're wondering, it looks like a hot mess in here, and it sure does. Like, some of this stuff I really don't know why it's in here. This is an ice tray. I hate them. Amy. How lovely. All right, these are clean towels that I put up here next to this thing. Kind of washcloths. You guys are wondering. That's what that is. Do you see Blaze in the back? Say hi. He hates. Okay. So I just finished like unloading everything. I vacuumed. I did a lot. Blaze. Caleb came back. I unloaded his car. He like walked Blaze around just because Blaze was getting so aggravating. Just like that. And now he's going to get some Chinese food, and yeah, I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow and just give you like a whole spiel about what has gone on today and just kind of what we've been doing, and talk a little bit about the camper because, like, you know, it's camping life. Like, do you enjoy it? Sometimes. I'll tell you my top 5 favorite things and my top least favorite things tomorrow. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to this portion of the video of the vlog. It's gonna be like a sit down video kind of feel because I'm getting ready to kind of go to work and just do mundane things, obviously, in my life. But I also just want to talk to you guys about our move. As you guys can see, the background is kind of different. I always have my shade closed, but you guys can see that there's not trees in the background. It's not as like lovely as like the farm that we were living on before. So that is a big difference that we are experiencing right now. We are a lot closer to, you know, our neighbors and stuff like that, whereas the other one, we were not that close. We were like pretty far apart, so we didn't have to worry like about each other being each other's space or whatever. But here we have to be more worried about that and making sure that we are not in other people's space. So that's a huge difference. So talking about like just the stress of moving the camper, this week I have not been able to like film much videos, and I just uploaded my video today, and today's Friday, and usually I upload on a Thursday, but since we moved Wednesday, I didn't really have time to like edit and like do what I normally do to my videos, which I don't do much to my videos. I try. I'm learning. I'm still learning how to do stuff to my videos, but I have not been able to just do what I normally do, and that has been a bit stressful. Yeah, it's weird. I also want to say that in Florida, they are experiencing some crazy weather down there, so I'm hoping everyone's okay. I'm hoping everyone is fine and they're doing okay down there. My school, I obviously still go to school in Florida, but I go to school online instead of in person, which my major was kind of online the whole time. Like, I've never really had much of an in-person class, so that wasn't like a big deal for me that my classes are online. But also the simple fact that they decided to like cancel like homework that's due this week, which I'm like thanking God, because at my job I have monthlies that I have to get done, so I'm hoping that I can focus on those monthlies, like not today, but probably tomorrow and Sunday, because I will have more time. Today I have places to be, people to see. So yeah, we are gonna sit down, we're gonna talk about the move. We are gonna talk about just kind of what has gone on and some of the things I love about the camper life and some things I hate about the camper life. Kind of a little bit of everything. My face is like super dry. Just because it's getting cold over here and it's been nerve-wracking. So it's been dry, but I think it'll be fine. So basically, what I've been doing for the past. So we moved on Wednesday, and on Tuesday, which was the night before, we kind of like hurried up and like try to get as much weight out of the camper as we could, because obviously we're living here, so things accumulate a lot faster than you think, and then next thing you know, your camper is just like really heavy. And it's nerve-wracking because you don't want to put all that weight on whatever you're driving with, right? You kind of want to make sure that you get that weight off of there. So that's what we were doing the night before. We were making sure that we can get like as much weight as we could into our cars and not on the camper. And also some of the things like my boyfriend's PS5, you know, the one that's like really expensive and no one can get a hold of, that one, he made sure that, you know, he got it out of the camper and put it somewhere where it would be safe to move, which was in his car. And we rented a truck. Now this is like a thing that I think I said before, but if you guys don't know, Enterprise has a rent-a-truck. So it's called Enterprise Rent-a-Truck. And we got a 1-ton truck, and it was like a Ram. I'm not really good at trucks. I'm not an expert. I don't really know. But that's what we got. And that was just to be on the safe side, just in case like our thing was just like really heavy and you know, like a 1/2 ton couldn't take it, or a 3/4 ton. We were just like being safe. So that car was $142. Now with Enterprise Rent-a-Truck, you can tow with the truck. It's just $25 extra. So that's what we do. We go to Enterprise, we rent a truck, $25, $142 plus $25 extra, and we basically tow the camper with that. So if you guys are on a budget and you're like, I don't want to rent, I don't want to like buy a truck, you can always rent a truck, especially if you're not moving the camper as much as like other people are, I guess. Like me and Caleb don't move the camper very often. If you're like a constant traveler moving your camper, then yes, maybe you should look into buying your own truck and just, you know, financing it or whatever. But if you're just moving it every once in a while, just rent a truck. It's a lot cheaper, it's a lot less stressful. You can just rent a truck. That's what we do. So we've done this once before, and the first time we did it, we kind of just needed it to kind of re-level the camper when we were at our old place. And then this new one, it was our first time kind of traveling down the road with the camper. So we were kind of nervous. We were both like, oh my God. Like, I was like, should I put my blinkers on, like my hazards light on? And my boyfriend was like, no, that would make us look dumb. And I'm like, well, this is our first time and this is our home that we're living in, so I'm a little nervous about it, you know? But he did well. He has driven big trucks before, so I have like no worries about it. Like, but I was just worried about it because I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like something's gonna happen. So I basically trailed behind him in my car, and I made sure like people were not riding up on the camper. And if people were, I would like kind of go to the other lane and then drive up really fast and then try to like get in front of them and to get behind the camper. It was just like, yeah, I was really determined. I was like, don't be riding up on my camper like that. We have insurance. In the state of Florida, the license plate we have on the camper, it's a permanent tag, so you don't have to like, and I think it was only $90. Nothing stressful about it. And the insurance was like $600 for the year, cheaper than a car. So that was really nice. And yeah, so that's all the precautions. The drive was fine. It was only an hour. He was fine. He got a little scared when there was like really like 16-wheelers next to him, because you know, you can feel the wind with 16-wheelers. That's something you should think about when you're driving on the highway, because 16-wheelers, when they drive next to you, it will like rock your camper a little bit. And that's like what he basically said, is that it just rocked the camper and made him a little nervous, but he was fine. He eventually got through it. It was not that bad. So yeah, so basically we did all of that. It was not horrendous, but we experienced quite a bit of stuff, you know. We were just like, is this gonna get there? Are we gonna be okay? We were fine. We did not die. We survived the whole ordeal. And yeah, that was the drive. Now, you definitely need to practice more when you're driving that. I would not be driving my trailer. I'm not going to be doing it. I'm not driving the camper. That's all Caleb. He knows how to do that. I can't do it for my life. But of course, if you know how to drive like a really big truck, then you should be fine. I've never driven one of those. I'm a city girl, so I've never driven anything as big as that. Anything bigger than my RAV4, I don't know. I don't know how to drive, okay? I have like a 2015 RAV4, by the way, and it's pretty old. Not old, it's still running. It's a RAV4, it's a Toyota, so it will be running for quite a bit, and I will be making sure of it. Right now it's complaining about its tires, so I have to go and like check my tires, because I don't know if it's like the sensor or it's like my actual tires, and it's been making me nervous quite a bit, so I have to be careful about that. So yeah, that's the drive. That was how we got it here. The place where we're at is obviously a little bit closer than, you know, our neighbors. Our neighbors are a lot closer, but that is basically it. It's really nice. It's really close to a lot of things, so I don't have to like drive 15 minutes to the closest like Walmart. Walmart's just like a 10-minute drive. There's some other like other stores that are a lot closer than Walmart, so I don't even need to like drive that far to a Walmart. I can just do whatever. Go to a different supermarket. I don't have to go to Walmart specifically. But yeah, that is basically that. I'm gonna tell you some things that we have that we love and hate about the camper. So I love that the camper is like in a little apartment. It's very cute, it's very nice. It's, you know, just like homey. It's like now become my home, and it's home base for me. I love it. If you guys like it, let me know, because I love my little home. But I can understand if some people don't like living in a camper. It's not something that I plan on doing for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not living in a camper for my whole life. I just am living in a camper for right now, and there is nothing wrong with it, right? Like, there's literally nothing. So some things that you have to deal with a camper is you have to deal with other people. You have to deal with other people's dogs, other people's companions. In our old place, you know, we had neighbors that were nice, but they were very interesting. Very interesting. So that was an experience. But this one, we don't really know what we're getting ourselves into, so I'm sure I'll have some type of stories later on or whatever. But our first night here, some other people were also moving, but they were moving in the dark. We came during the day, so that was pretty nice. But they were coming in the dark, and they were arguing. Me and Caleb did not argue, but you know, sometimes he gets aggravated with me. He's like, well, go do this, go do that. And I'm like, I don't know how to do those things. You want me to do something and then you get mad at me when I do it wrong, you know? Does anyone else understand that with like a significant other? Like, you tell me to go do this thing, but I really am not an expert. So I'm doing my best with the knowledge that I have. And when I do it wrong, you're like, you get mad at me about it. I'm like, well, you know, what was I supposed to do? I just poked my eye out. Let me stop talking and actually do this, because I just poked my eye out. And it's crying. So, yeah. That's basically it. So basically this time I kind of knew what I was doing, and I was like, let me just, you know, empty the bed of the truck, because we had put some stuff in the bed of the truck. Like, he has like this little bike that we run Blaze on, and so we use, like, there's some stuff in the bed of the truck that we put because it just could not go in either of our cars, and they were kind of like outside, so they were not going in the camper. Because they were things that were that are supposed to be like outside. You get it, like rugs and chairs and stuff like that. So we had to make sure that it was taken care of or whatever. So that's what I did. I like put the hoses next to like the hose pump. I kind of, you know, just like empty the bed of the truck and put them where they're supposed to be. Like, I put the levelers right outside the because we put like support levels or whatever, like support slide outs. If you know what that is, I can show you via Amazon. I can show you those because I think that's where we got them from. But you can also get them from like Camping World and some other stuff. Also, another thing that we also got from Camping World was it's kind of like a beam support, but basically for the back room, there's like a support thing that you can use. And yeah, I'm not really good at explaining it, but I can put up pictures of basically like the back room support thing that's outside and the beam and the slide out support. Can show you those things, and I'll link them down below. So that helps with like the rocking and stuff. So I kind of just like put them out there, and I just like took everything that was also in the back of the truck and did that, because it is known that when like a couple moves like their camper or whatever, they get so agitated with each other. We did not have that experience this time, which is good. Last time we kind of had that experience, but it wasn't like horrendous, luckily. But I've heard that some people really get really aggravated with their significant other during that time. I'm gonna paint my nails while talking to you guys because that is what I was originally supposed to do, but now I'm doing this. So yeah, I'm losing track of what I was talking about. So basically, the first thing that I would say is that you have to get comfortable with living close to people, and also that your walls are just like they are paper thin. They are just like a thin piece of wood. So people are gonna hear you outside. You're gonna hear everything outside. You have to get used to that. Also, you're gonna hear fans, okay? You're gonna have to get used to white noise. If you don't like white noise, I would suggest get used to it because you're gonna be hearing it all day. The fan, like the air conditioner or whatever, is really loud. You barely can hear yourself. I can barely hear, my boyfriend when he's talking to me sometimes, especially if we're like in a different room or something. We can barely hear each other. So you have to get used to that. That is something that I always am like, oh my god, it's so loud in here. Now it's a lot like chiller, just because it's not, hold on. So, basically, now it's now the time where we are turning off the air conditioner because it is very cold and stuff. So we no longer need the air conditioner on. But when we needed it, like, it would be blasting. It would be so loud. I'm sure you guys could hear it like in the back of my videos. You guys are like probably wondering what the hell is that sound. It's the air conditioner. You have to get used to it, and it takes a while for the place to cool down. That's also something you have to get used to. It's not going to take 5 minutes to cool down. It will take a good minute. What else? The toilet. The toilet. We are having some issues with our toilet right now. We are figuring it out. If you guys have any suggestions about that, let me know. I've been trying boiling water down the toilet because that was a suggestion. Just because it seems like our tank is always like backed up and we empty it and it's then still backed up. It's a constant issue. We are learning. This is our first time, our first camper, so we have no idea what we are supposed to be doing. Right now it's encouraged that we put more water. Every time we use the bathroom we put more water, but my boyfriend's looking for a septic tank like solution, like, some type of chemical that we can pour down the toilet to kind of help break it up. Yeah, so we are learning about that. We have no clue what that's gonna, like, hopefully we can get that figured out soon. And lastly, I guess my only other thing that I don't really like is that there's not a lot of fridge space, which in its sense it's kind of good because then I can't just throw crap in there and leave it in there for months because sometimes I can make a science experiment in there, but also you have to kind of buy your food weekly just because it just doesn't fit all in the fridge. And now I know you can like optimize your space, and probably we just need to do that a lot better, but we have not accomplished that yet. What else? I think that's like mostly it. I don't really think that we have like any strong issues about it. So what I love about it is that we can up and move whenever. I love that. I don't like constantly staying in one place, so it's amazing to be able to get up and move somewhere again. And then my last thing that I would say is that I love the fact that it's not small. We made sure to get a camper that is not small, and we have our own spaces. Caleb likes to go play with, you know, his games, and that he plays it in the back room. But I kind of like hang out in this area, which is kind of like the living room, but I mostly hang out in the bedroom too, just like watching TV or something. And so we really like the fact that we made sure that we can have kind of like our own space where we can do our own things and not feel like we're on top of each other. So if you guys are going to be with your significant other, you know, some people are able to just be on top of each other and be perfectly fine, and some people need space, and we both need space. And that's also a reason why we also did not want like a Sprinter van or something like that, maybe in the future, but right now we're like, if we're gonna live in there full time, a Sprinter van would be like horrendous. Like we would literally want to chop each other's head off. So we decided on a camper. So if you guys have any other questions, if you guys want to, like, I don't know, like if I sit down and do like a Q&A, let me know. Ask some questions down below. I will either answer them in a video, or I will just message you and like answer it down there or something, whichever. But yeah, there's a lot of things I can talk about the camper. I just, for some reason, I'm drawing a blank. It's also very early in the morning. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little like vlog sit down video. It's kind of like a hot mess, but Wednesday was a hot mess. It's now Friday. It's calming down. We are finally getting into another good routine with ourselves, which is really good. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I will link down below some of the other things that I've talked about in this video, such as the levelers and stuff like that, and things that you might need for your camper. But yeah, I will see you guys next week. Hopefully I can be back on my regular Thursday and Saturday schedule. And yeah, this video might be up on a Sunday or a Saturday. It depends.